Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Schutzwagen Tiger Porsche, the GW Tiger P. It's the Tier 8 German SPG, and we're located on the west spawn of Studzianki. I can never pronounce that name correctly, but I'll get used to it eventually. Okay, and the commander of this vehicle is CrzyCooter. At least that's what I think his name says. Yeah, pretty sure it's CrzyCooter. Well, he's got the Top Gun mounted on that GW Tiger P, and battle is about to start. Just waiting for the countdown to finish. Okay. Now he's got 15 rounds of standard HE, no premium ammo in this game. He's got the 21cm howitzer mounted. He can do damage of 1100 and penetration of 53, so if he hits a weak-skinned vehicle, he is certainly going to do a lot of damage. He will wipe out that SU-14-1 with one shot if he can get around on him. He's almost loaded. His 14-1 has been spotted. Rounds out, and yes, he does! He gets him! What a shot! First kill of the game, and he takes out one of the enemy Arty just like that. Now, excuse me, I do find that rather funny actually, because the SU-14-1, although he was moving to his firing position, he was on his way. If he'd been spotted, he should have known or realised that he'd been spotted from his sixth sense, but if he didn't know, there was not a lot he could do really, other than just keep moving and hope that the guy on the other end was not as quick-witted as CrzyCooter was. And it's a difficult shot for CrzyCooter to get the Tiger 1 and that other tank because they are so close to the buildings. But he fires around it and he takes out the Tiger 1! 45 hit points of splash, and that was enough to take him out. He's having a pretty good game so far, 2 kills. Battle's only been going about a minute and a half. Okay, we've got a Centurion and a Wizzy 131 up on that hill. Always a good idea to suppress the enemy tanks that are on that hill, because they can do a lot of damage, not only spotting for their team, but also firing into the enemy tanks on the other side of the buildings. Let's bring up the mini-map a little, because we like to have a big mini-map to see what's going on. Okay, we've got that Centurion, but we can see that there's an IKV-90 nearby as well.
Critical hit.
Okay, nice hit there on the Centurion, 382. He's used his first aid kit because he got rid of the stun fairly quickly, and I reckon he won't get rid of the stun this time. Oh, he hasn't, because he's dead. He was taken out of the game by the defender. Okay, now it's a difficult shot to hit the Oni. In fact, I'd say near impossible at the moment. He's in defilade. But there are a lot of enemy near the enemy cap area. There's a T-28 prototype. There's an SU-152 in the little town, and we've got our guys up near the church. So it's a question of who turns up first, because we can't hit the guys near the factory. We can certainly hit that T-92 in the north, but he's going to go for this Progetto, hiding just over this ridgeline. Can he get a shot on him? Dialing in, and he's fired his full flip. And we fired a round back for 473. That's a good shot. And that T-92's made his way over the edge, and he's headed this way. Now, hopefully, our IKB-90B will be able to do something about it, because if he doesn't, we're going to have to defend ourselves when he gets close. And I think that CrzyCooter knows what's going on, and he's backing up to try and get into cover. There's the T-92. Now, let's hope the IKV can take him out. Either that, or it'll have to be the Tiger P. He's trying to work out where he can go. It looks like the T-92 has been taking chunks out of that IKB-90B, but is he going to make his way over the railway line? I think so. Yes, he has. Now we're lining up a shot, trying to get him. We have been seen. We fire around in. Oh, we got a big chunk of the T-92, 184, but we're backing away, trying to get into cover desperately. We were seen, and that's around from the enemy Arty. We're in the same position the SU-14-1 was right at the start of the game. We've been spotted, and we're desperately trying to get into cover. And CrzyCooter's trying to do that even whilst his crew have been stunned. Now the GW Tiger P is a bit like a snail. Oh, and there's the other enemy Arty. The Lorraine 1550s hit us again. So 2 shots from the enemy Arty. We've lost a massive amount of hit points. It would probably be a good idea for him to move out of this position as quickly as he can, even at snail pace. Okay, well, he's moved only a short distance, so hopefully the enemy Arty won't fire another round at him. But that's rather put a cramp on his game, or a crimp on his game, I should say, because he's lost most of his hit points. He's only got 102 now. He fires around him at the last known position of the IKV and wipes him out! A blind shot kill, takes him out the game altogether. Well, at least that's something to get back. And he's relocating to make sure that the enemy Arty can't counter battery him. But the enemy Arty is actually occupied because he's just taken out our Centurion 7-1. This is really turning out to be a difficult game. Progetto 46 right up at the north. And it's our P43 who's spotting him. Most of the heavy tanks that are up in the north area have been killed. Trying to get the shot on the Progetto. Rounds out, fires around in, and...
That was close.
Well, he gets the near miss. 74 hit points. He's going to have to relocate quickly to avoid any counter battery. Now, most of the forces in the south area have been wiped out. And, as I said, most of our forces near the factory have been wiped out. So the scores are even on both sides. Both sides, well, we've got 3 Arty, they've got 2. We've got 1 tank destroyer, they've got 3. Well, there's a kill for us. The Progetto's finally been wiped out by our Crusader. Oh, but we just lost our Hawk 12 to their M53, M55. He's having a good day. He's got 4 kills to our 3. Now, CrzyCooter's taking a risk. He's heading north, but then there are no spotters on the enemy team other than the Type 61, who was last seen near the factories. So, moving further away from the cap might actually be beneficial because the enemy's got an Object 263 in the town along with that 152, and we haven't seen him for a while. In fact, most of the enemy forces seem to be camping on their side of the map. Now we're looking for a counter battery. Can actually be more useful and beneficial sometimes to use the V key to switch off all head-up display, and that way a tracer from the enemy Arty will be more obvious. Oh, we found the 263, and he's to the south. Lining up a shot on him. Dialing in the aim. Rounds out. Oh, splash kill. 56 hit points, but it's enough. And that's our 4th kill. And we're relocating as quickly as we can. Heading north. Oh, we just lost our Crusader. Taken out by their M53. It's the 5th kill for that Arty. It seems to be a duel of the Artys here because we've got 4 kills, he's got 5. Okay, this looks like a good position to fire from. It's a bit exposed, there is a bush nearby, but now can he find that M53, M55? I don't think he moved that far from the cap actually. I think he's probably near the cap area. Well, there's the Type 61. Oh, we just lost our P43 turn to the Type 61. Dialing in on him. Oh, we've got a reticule bloom. It's got a very narrow arc, the GW Tiger P. And that round hit the target. So we're firing another one in. Oh, we've killed the Type 61. That's our 5th kill. And the T28 prototype's been seen. And he just took out, well, the enemy Arty, the Lorraine 15550 took out our T95. It wasn't the T28 prototype, but he is close to our cap area. And now there's only 3 left on our team, and there's 4 on the enemy team. We've both got 2 Artys, but they've got 2 tank destroyers. We've got 1 heavy tank, and it's the Tiger P, and he's full health, 100% health. Now, really, he needs to come back to the cap. There's the T28 prototype, and our batch at 155.55 is spotting him. We can splash kill him, round out, and it's a kill shot! It was a direct hit! 284 hit points, but was... Oh, there's the 152, and he's chasing the batch at, who's moving as fast as he can. No, he's not moving at all. Oh, and the Batchat's been taken out by the M53, so that's his top gun. He's got a top gun. And we're dialing in and on that spot, and we're reloading as fast as we can. We've got a 39.7 second reload. We're not using premium consumables, and I'm not sure if he's got a BIA crew or a rammer, but he's firing the round in at the 152. Oh, we got him! He got him! That's his 7th kill. That means there's only 2 Arty left on the enemy team, and one of them, of course, is that M53, M55 with 6 kills. The Lorraine 15550 has got 2 kills. So we don't really want to get killed by them. But there's a possible Radley Waters in the offing here for CrzyCooter if he can get one more of those last 2 enemy vehicles. Tiger P's moving ahead. So it looks like he's going to have to do the spotting for us. But amazing shots there by CrzyCooter to kill off those tank destroyers as they were coming into our cap area. And very silly of that SU-152 to stay near the Batchat. He should have moved away the moment that the Batchat had been killed. But he didn't. He stayed there, and of course CrzyCooter punished him. Now we're moving at maximum speed, which is warp speed at 21 kilometers an hour. No, honestly, this tank is one of the slowest Artys in the game. It's ridiculously slow. Of course, this is the Porsche Tiger, the version that was actually failed in the Tiger competition. Very, very slow. I believe it was electromechanical drive to actually drive it around. The same chassis used for the Ferdinand, or the Elephant as it's otherwise known. And of course this SPG was never actually built. They were proposing to build it, but they never got around to it. I think most of the chassis were used for the Elephants instead, and some of those saw battle at Kursk, which is why the Russians had to devise tanks that could actually overcome the penetrating guns of the Ferdinand. We're looking for any sign of the enemy Arty. I think they're going to be on the south side of the cap, but in the bushes at the back. Tiger P will come across them very shortly. It'd be a good idea to pre-aim at those bushes. Oh, somebody's capping! Now, this is interesting. So one of the Artys has made it over, and I suspect that'll be the Lorraine. He's fired a round in, and unfortunately didn't get a result from that. He knows that the enemy Arty are not in the north end of the map. Tiger P would have spotted him, or would have been killed by them. Tiger P's making it over to the cap as quickly as he can, and we're just relocating at the moment, getting closer to the enemy cap. But he needs to set up now and get ready to shoot. He's almost loaded. He can take one more shot. The enemy's still got another minute to cap. He's taking aim. I think he's going to go for the bushes or just behind the camp. No, he's decided to one side of the cap. Not sure that's the right decision. I think if I was the enemy Arty, I would have hidden behind whatever cover was available, and that would be the camp right in the centre or the bush behind the camp. But he's decided to stay where he is, reload and fire one more shot in. When the Tiger P spots them, he is near the camp, but he's actually the other side of it. Would you believe it? And he's been hit by the Tiger P. And there's the enemy M53, M55. In fact, it's an M55. He's been hit. Can we get the shot on him? We're almost loaded. Desperately wants to kill that M55 because... Oh, he got him! On the move, and that's a Radley Waters. Oh my God. And the Lorraine has come out of the cap because he knows the Tiger P's nearby. And that's the 1 minute hooter. There's not enough time to cap out on your own. And the Lorraine is headed south. He's trying to run away from the Tiger P. So we really need to reload as quickly as we can to help the Tiger P stun this Lorraine. And oh, we don't need to worry, the Tiger P got him. That's it, game over, we won. Or rather, CrzyCooter won. 8 kills, very nice. Okay, let's have a look at end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for CrzyCooter in the Geschutzwagen Tiger Porsche. He also managed to pick up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 22. A Radley Waters medal for getting at least 8 kills. And a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Sadly, he didn't pick up the high caliber. And I can't understand why, but it might be that he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit points. So let's have a look at team scores. He did get the highest damage, 3,141 hit points overall. Next highest came to the Centurion. He managed to get 2,626. And then the next highest score was the Type 61 on the enemy team with 2,602. When it came to kills, it was definitely CrzyCooter who managed to get the highest amount. He managed to get 8 kills. The M55 on the enemy team managed to get 6. And then we've got the Object 252 Defender with 3 and the Type 61 on the enemy team with 3. But when it came to base XP, of course, it's CrzyCooter who scores the highest amount, 1,177 experience points, followed by the Bat Chap 155.55 who managed to get 953. Then came the Object 252 Defender with 839. Highest scorer on the enemy team was their Lorraine 155.50. He managed 539. So let's have a look at the detail report. He fired only 15 rounds during that battle. It's got a very long reload, the GW Tiger P. He fired, he got 6 direct hits, 1 penetration on that battle. Very good accuracy for that gun because it's a terrible gun, the 21cm. He did splash damage on 6. He did damage of 3,141 hit points, of which 2,957 were up more than 300 meters. Obviously, the T92 was quite close when he actually took shots at him. He also received 2 hits as a result of splash damage, and he was attacked by both the enemy M53, M55 and the Lorraine 155.50. So it must have been nice to get revenge on that M55 for hitting him early on in the battle. Of course, I think he was thinking that was revenge for taking out the Su-14-1. He damaged 11 of the enemy tanks, but he killed 8 of them, and he did stun assistance damage of 277 hit points off 4 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 45,689 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 8,733 credits. Remember, he didn't use any premium ammo. That was just standard ammo, but it is rather expensive. He received 1,766 XP, times 2 for the first victory, so he took away 3,532 experience points for the day on that one. So, or not for the day, but for that battle. So, really good battle there by CrzyCooter, and a lovely shot on that M55. Even though he'd lost sight of him, he still managed to get the round into him by estimating where he would go, and that brought up his Radley Waters. It would have been nice if he could have got the Lorraine, but of course the fact is that he wasn't going to reload in time before the Lorraine went out of sight, and luckily the Tiger P was able to put a round into that Lorraine to finish him off and end the battle there and then, because after all they were running out of time. If they hadn't killed him, it would have been a draw. So, if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.